Okay, we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Friday Morning Fuel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Daniela, and we meet every Friday morning to go over some morning fuel recipes, usually smoothies. We try to mix it up every now and then, like we're doing today. So today we are taking a break from the smoothies and are doing leftover breakfast tacos. So this is great to do if you have some leftovers from the week that you want to use, or just looking for a quick recipe in the morning. So breakfast tacos maybe might take just a little bit longer than smoothies, but if you have some extra time in the morning, or if you are trying to feed your family on the weekend and use up those leftovers, breakfast tacos, breakfast burritos are a great way to do that. So we're gonna talk about how to create a balanced meal within our breakfast tacos or breakfast burritos. But first I'm going to get these tortillas. So I've got corn tortillas today, but of course you're welcome to use whichever kind of tortilla you like. There's variety on the market, so there's corn, flour, and also grain-free for any of you with any food allergies. So I'm going to get these on a skillet to just heat them up real quick, and then we'll talk about kind of what we'll fill our tortillas with. All right, so those don't take very long to heat up. What was I going to say? If you are using corn tortillas like I am using this morning, just again, as always, be mindful of serving sizes and portion sizes. So your corn tortillas, typically 2 are a serving size. And if you are using corn or flour tortillas, you want to be also mindful that the tortilla also counts towards that fuel portion of your breakfast, so those carbohydrates. So you want to be mindful of what are you filling your tortilla with, to make sure you're creating balance and leaning more towards the protein and the healthy fats and vegetables for your tortilla fillings, so you're not kind of overdoing it on the carbohydrates first thing in the morning. So I know some of you might be thinking like, yikes, tacos, burritos, that sounds like a lot of food for breakfast. I know some of you, you prefer just a light smoothie or maybe just an apple, but I want to challenge you all to think about breakfast in terms of fueling and another meal. We are just trained to think of breakfast in terms of like cereal or yogurt and granola or a smoothie or a bagel, something quick, right? But it is very, very important for you to fuel well and have a balanced meal in your breakfast or for breakfast, because it's a great way to get your day started and have energy and fuel to last you through the day. And when you have a balanced meal for breakfast, you're more likely to make better decisions through the rest of your day and lunch, your snacks, and dinner. So I'm going to challenge you all to, as I'm making these leftover breakfast tacos, challenge you to get away from thinking of your morning fuel as like the traditional breakfast foods and start incorporating it, or start thinking about it as another meal, right? To fuel your body, to fuel your needs and your goals. Okay? All right, so let's check on these tortillas. I'll probably give another minute or so, but I'll quickly go over what the other parts of our breakfast taco are. So for my build, I've got some leftover meatloaf that I chopped up. So we had like turkey meatloaf for our lunches this week, and had some leftover, and so I kind of just chopped it up so now it looks like ground turkey, like what it was originally. So I've got some turkey on there. If you don't want to use like a meat source for your build, a couple different options. You can use like rice or quinoa paired with a legume or nuts for that protein. Side note, we were going to use quinoa and black beans this morning, but someone ate my leftovers. So we're using leftover meatloaf this morning. But a couple different options. You can also use scrambled eggs if you want to use scrambled eggs for your burritos or tacos. Scrambled tofu is another great option. So as I always encourage you all, get creative. Use what you like. Use what's in your fridge. It's literally what I'm doing this morning. I was just using what is left in my fridge from this week. And then for my prevent, I'm going to be using some leftover mixed veggies. So we've got chopped up carrots, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. Again, leftovers from our lunches this week. So we'll be adding that to our tacos this morning. Those are going to be our veggies. And like I said, you want to be mindful that your tortillas count towards your fuel, your carbohydrates. So you want to stick to more of those leafy green vegetables and a little bit less of those starchy vegetables. I do have some carrots in there, but again, just be mindful, create some balance in your meal. And then we've also got just a little bit of coleslaw, so we have some coleslaw salad, and I'll add a little bit of olive oil and lemon to that. And then for our healthy fats, I'm going to check out tortillas real quick, so put you on pause for a second. Okay, almost there. For our healthy fats, so this week we had made like a cashew sauce to add to our veggies for some of our meals. I think we had tacos earlier in the week, which is why we have tortillas. So the cashew sauce that we made, it was just, I think, like three-fourths cup of cashews, maybe like half a cup of coconut milk, some vanilla, a little bit of sea salt. We just blended it up and it was really simple, a little cashew sauce. So this is going to serve as our healthy fats for our breakfast this morning. Also, side note, not side note, actually, important note. So I'm also going to be adding this blend. So this is Primal Palate breakfast blend. Don't worry, this is not like a sponsored ad or anything. I just really like it. It's a little breakfast blend of, where are my ingredients? So Himalayan pink salt, garlic, onion, oregano, cinnamon, turmeric, and sage. And it is delicious. So you can add this to your breakfast tacos or your scrambled eggs or anything that you're making for breakfast. It is delicious, okay? For any of like your savory meals. All right, let's check on those tortillas. Okay. I'm going to put them on my plate. I'm going to just cover them with a towel so that they stay warm while we heat up the rest of our food. So I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. What's the best angle here? Okay. A little bit of olive oil to my pan, and then I'm just going to dump my protein and veggies in there. And those should heat up pretty quickly since the skillet was already hot, but I'm going to add some Primal Palate seasoning on there. Got this at Harris Teeter, if any of you are wondering. Go get it this weekend. Alright, so we'll let that heat up for just a minute or so. I'm going to go ahead and make, or add some lemon juice and olive oil to this coleslaw that we'll just top our tacos with. In the meantime, does anyone have any questions? Any ideas? Anything that you're thinking of like, oh yeah, I forgot I had that in my fridge. Maybe I can make something with it. No questions, okay. Alright, so let's mix that up real quick. Okay, so our food is heating up, our leftovers are heating up. So in the meantime, time, if you are looking, for those of you that are on our Skype call, if you're looking at the recipe for the ingredients, I just listed a couple. By no means is that an exhaustive list. Feel free to just browse your refrigerator and think about, how can I piecemeal a balanced meal together? We go over this every week. Our fuel, build, protect, and prevent. Those 4 pillars of nutrition are what you want to be thinking of when you think of your meals, and maybe not even just your morning fuel and, beyond Friday morning fuel. I want you to start thinking about it on the weekends when you're having meals with your family, beyond breakfast, lunch, dinner, your snacks. Thinking about, is this meal balanced? Does it have my 4 pillars of nutrition? And the more that you can think about that very mindfully, the more nutrients that you're going to get out of your meals. So, like I said, any questions? Not right now. Okay, let's check on our leftovers. So our leftovers are heated. I'm going to move this towel. Alright, so I'm just going to fill my tortillas here with our leftovers. Hopefully y'all can see them. I have a bad habit of dumping things out of their containers, the cup or the bowl. So I'll try not to do that this morning. Like I mentioned earlier, I know this is not your traditional breakfast food, but we are creating a balanced meal for our breakfast tacos. All right. So I'm going to add my little coleslaw. So I've got some cabbage and carrots on here. Just a little bit on top. And then I'm going to add my cashew sauce on top. All right, and there we have it. We have our breakfast tacos. Does not look delicious. With all our leftovers. So again, I literally just looking through the refrigerator, seeing what we had left from the week, and this is kind of what came out. So I'm going to take a bite. I'll let you guys know how it is. And I have to actually chew more food. It's not a smoothie I can just drink. Alright, everyone, we'll see. Give me a second while I chew this. Alright, well, on that note, actually, talking about chewing slowly is actually a very important topic that we should discuss when discussing nutrition. So remember, this is a reminder to chew your food. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining me for making some leftover breakfast tacos. I hope that this inspires you to go look through your fridge and get creative on how you can create a balanced meal with what is in your fridge. All right, so let me know what you come up with. Thanks, everyone.